Coach, not the prettiest of wins tonight, but what do you take away from a game like this?
It's a win. Obviously being 5-1, winning NBA games is hard. I don't care who's in, who's out. So we'll definitely take the win, but also understanding there's a lot to clean up, offensively, defensively, all those things. And you're up 18 points in the third quarter, and we just lose our mind. We just start making things up on offense, not executing, not getting stops on defense, and that can't happen. When you're up 18, it's a game of runs. I understand that, but make them have to make plays. Don't allow them to get back in the game because of our mistakes. But it's a win. Nobody got hurt. We'll get ready for Chicago.
It's a different energy in the fourth quarter. What were the conversations like in timeouts that caused that change?
Well, you got to get stops. 18-point game, they cut it all the way down to 2, and Mirotic has a naked look to take the lead. We came out of one timeout. I think we got 2 or 3 stops in a row, which we're able to generate offense from our defense, which is when we're at our best. Obviously, tonight we didn't have the amount of examples that we would have liked in that regard, but I think our guys understood. We let them back in the game. We're going to have to win this game, and you're going to win it with defensive stops and offensive execution and making your free throws, and we're able to do that.
A couple of those stops were Gary in particular. What can you say about the way that he steps up in moments that matter?
Well, he comes up with a couple of key strips, deflection, steals, loose balls. Then offensively, we just put him in the game. There's 1.9 on the shot clock. He hits a shot off of a baseline out of bounds play that we executed well. He's just his confidence. He's a gamer, and obviously he is our key two-way player. He's going to take the challenge to guard every night, and he's going to take the onus on himself to make some big plays on the offensive end, and he did that.
You mentioned that the offense just wasn't quite in rhythm. I think early on it looked like Jamal and Nikola were kind of having some miscommunication. You call it timeout, like kind of during the middle of a set early on. What was sort of just what you were seeing from? Was it a lack of communication or?
Yeah, it's it's on your point guard. He's got to run your team. He's got to make sure everybody understands what we're in. And we look like a dysfunctional offensive group at times. You had 2 guys running one play, you had 3 guys running another play, and you can't afford to have those kind of lapses with your execution if you want to be a really good basketball team. So my frustration early in that first quarter was that starting group I don't think was ready to play tonight. And and it looked like that. Second group came in and got us going and got us back in the game. Then the starters were much better after that. But I got on Jamal, I got on all of our players. If we're going to run an offense, make sure everybody knows what the hell we're in and run it the right way. And I think we did a decent job throughout the game, but then even down the stretch there are a few times where we just have to be better, and we will be.
Coach, you pull Torrey early in the third quarter, go to Malik, and he goes on to play pretty much the whole second half. It just seemed like he was giving you exactly what you guys needed kind of in the third and fourth quarters.
Yeah, Malik was great. He goes out there and gives you, I think, 12 points, 6 rebounds, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 6 from 3. Defensive discipline, multiple effort, flying around, contesting shots, and made some big baskets for us. Once they took that 18-point lead and cut it all the way down, Malik was a big part of us winning that game. So very happy for him. And, whether it's Torrey, Juancho, Malik, those guys have to be ready to play. And, whether they like it or not, I'm probably going to see which one has it going that night and stick with that guy. And, they got to be ready for that.
Yeah, would you consider changing your starting lineup since Malik played well with the
starters? We're 5-1. Torrey Craig has proven to me time and time again that he's capable of helping our team win and win big games. And Torrey will get the start once again in Chicago. And, tonight, I pulled him early. Wasn't his night, but that doesn't mean that next game in Chicago won't be.
You seem to stagger Jamal and Gary. What was just your impression of how that went?
Well, yeah, I've been doing that the last couple of games. Throughout the preseason, early in the regular season, I was playing our first unit and then our second unit. And, I didn't like that. I always want to try to have at least one starter in the game at all times. So I get Jamal out around the 6-minute mark and then bring him back in for Gary around the 3-minute mark. And that allows those units to have a starter out there that they can lean on and kind of be the focal point of our offense.